All right, let's get straight into it. I was like 16 years old in this story. I was like 16 years old in this story, and I used to have a homeboy named Will. We called him Willie. And Willie had a friend named Crystal. They both came from New Jersey. I don't know what city, I forgot. It was 10 years ago, it was like 14 years ago. Anyway, so he had a friend named Crystal, and they were so close they called each other cousins. They lived at his mom's house, which was a couple blocks down from my house, which at the time we was staying on the southeast side of Lubbock, Texas. That's where we was living at, right? A little quiet neighborhood, a little nice environment if you wanted to raise your kids and they have hope in life. Because where we came from, it was pretty much no hope. East side of Lubbock, Texas. Anyway, if you know that little geographical location, you know it was live over there. It was things popping off. Anyway, we're not going to get into it. Ain't enough time in this episode. Let's get straight to this story, all right? You ready? I'm ready. Let's get it. So, it all began like this. When I got cool with Will, it was over games of basketball. We would at least once a week or twice a week, we would go ball out at this basketball court at the park that was a couple blocks down from my house, all of our houses. We was all kind of close knit together, me and all the homies, right? We wouldn't really kick it outside of this basketball stuff, but we would kick it whenever we did play basketball. And Crystal was like a curly haired, brown haired. Her hair was brown, her hair was curly, and she had blue eyes, she had brown skin, and she had a Puerto Rican flag tattoo on her right shoulder. She was a gorgeous young lady. She was a year older than me, and so was Will, and I thought she was very attractive. One day I went up to Will and I told him, like, look, I like Crystal and I think I want to be with her. I want to try to date her. Is that cool with you? He says, he don't mind, but here's one thing you need to know about East Coast girls from New Jersey. They do not like when you sweat them. I said, what that mean? They don't like when you sweat them. He said, you pretty much got to ignore them if you like them. I was like, how am I supposed to ignore them? I'm not from the East, I'm from the South. And Southern dudes, this is how we express, our affection for a woman. We walk up to the woman and we tell her how we feel about them. Like, hey, I like you, so and so forth, and see what happens. But I'm not gonna do that. That's not me. I'm not gonna pretend to be someone else to try to attract a woman. That's not cool. So what he says is, he says, all right, try it your way and see what happens. I said, all right, cool. We shook hands and we went our separate ways. One day a basketball game goes down, and after the game, everybody went their separate ways. I give Will one of them head nods. Will walk away, and Crystal is like, me and Crystal the only one at the park. She's walking home, and I stop her. I yell her name out. I was like, hey, slow down. I got something to tell you. She says, what's up? So we sit down at this little picnic table. That was the closest table that was between both of us. I sit down and I tell her how I feel about her. Look, I like you. I think you're real attractive. And I'm putting myself out here. I just want to see if you feel the same way about me. Is it possible that me and you could date sometime? What she said was, it's the worst thing that you could possibly tell any man who's attracted to you. She said, honestly, I don't even look at you like that. Teray, you more like a brother to me. My heart sunk. Heart beating fast, but I had to take it like a champ. Like, man, dang, okay. Well, thanks for being honest with me. That's what I said. And she walked off. She went home, man. I couldn't face her no more after that. So I stayed home every time them boys wanted to play basketball. Just stayed home by myself. Just vibing by myself, listening to music. I was writing music at the time, so I was writing my rhymes. I was playing video games. I was staying to myself because, this didn't want to be reminded of Crystal. Like, man, that hurt. I worked up a lot of nerve and a lot of courage to tell that lady how I feel about her. But here's the thing you need to know about the 16-year-old me. 16-year-old me, I felt like I was swagged out. I felt like I could walk up in the mall, talk to a female, because that's what I used to do back when I was 16 and I was working at the movie theater. So I would approach young women, my age, go talk to them and just be like, hey, what's your name? And yada yada. Maybe like 5 minutes later, maybe 10 minutes later, probably got the phone number, probably didn't. Maybe 2 out of 5 times I was successful, maybe 3 out of 5 times. But Crystal, she just brought a whole new type of nerve out of me, a whole new nervousness that I wasn't used to. Like, it was a good type of butterflies that she brought out of me. And for her to shut it all down at the picnic table. Like, I'm not feeling you like that. You like a brother to me. Really hurt. So I couldn't face her no more at the basketball court after that. All right, so here we are. It was probably finna be September now, because that's when the South Plain Fair comes to Lubbock. Will was like, hey, the South Plain Fair is coming to Lubbock. You coming with us? I'm like, who's us? He's like, you know who us is. He's like, you coming or not? I'm like, no. Hey, he's like, all right, we're gonna pick you up on Saturday. I'm like, you didn't just hear me say no? Cause it was in a phone call. He's like, watch. All right, cool, click. Don't you know Saturday came? It's probably like 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. Hey, I'm playing my video games. Somebody gonna get the door. Ain't nobody gonna get it. All right, I go open the door. Who is it? It's Will. It's Will at the door. Stretch. All right, it's Will at the door. And Will say, let me straighten my shorts out. Here we go. Will at the door, and Will say, come on, let's go. I'm like, nah, I'm cool on that. We going to the fair is what he said. Come on, man. I already told you earlier in the week that you coming with us. I don't want to go. Don't you know he just invited himself in the room? He invited himself in my hallway of the house. Come in. He walked to my room. He walked to my closet. He started throwing clothes on the bed like, if you don't pick your outfit, I'm going to pick your outfit. I'm surprised my parents was cool with this. Well, they knew Will and they knew he was a good guy, but I don't know if they would just saw how depressed and sad I was. Crying R&B tears in the room. Nah, just playing. So, they was cool with it. He's like, he went up to my parents, I think, and then asked if I can go. They said, yeah. I never asked, he did. Anyway, fast forward, I'm dressed. Fast forward, we on the sidewalk. Fast forward, getting in the passenger seat of the car. He in the driver's seat. I sit down, because I think I was thinking for whatever stupid reason, it was just me and Will going as single guys, bachelors, going to the South Plains Fair to go enjoy some turkey legs, some free rides, and whatever else comes, spray t-shirts, because that was cool at the time. Get a white tee, spray your name, Tweety Bird, Sylvester, Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck, whatever. Get a spray t-shirt, get you some custom sunglasses, and get you some good food, a good little long corn on the cob, and have a good night, right? That was the plan. Then all I heard was this. Hey, Teray. Look behind me, guess who it is? I ain't gotta say it. You know who it was. It was Crystal. Heart sink again, man. I ain't dealt with this lady in like weeks. It felt like weeks. I don't remember how long it really was, but I erased her out of my memory. Like, man, if you're gonna diss me like that, then we can't even know each other. We can't even be friends the way you hurt me. That's how I felt. So anyway, this is what happens. So I'm like, what's up, Crystal? Just blow her off. Just shrug her off like she don't really exist in my mind no more. Fast forward, we riding down MLK. That's where the Joyland is over there on this side. Then you have the South Plains Fair further down on this side, the opposite side of the streets. Man, it's a big forest that you gotta walk 7 blocks down. You gotta walk down MLK, down 7 blocks, because the parking was stupid crazy that night. Because it's the last Saturday before the South Plains Fair get up and pack off and leave and go to the next city. They go on a round tour around West Texas, I believe. So now we walking. I'm not acknowledging Crystal. I don't really want to talk to Will that much, but we just chatting it up, whatever. We finally get to the gate. We'll pay our way. We'll pay my way. We pay Crystal way. Free way in. Once you pay your little $5, you in there until they close. Then he paid the extra money to get us some unlimited rides, and he gonna pay for our food. Cause I really didn't want to go anyway, so I went there flat broke. Didn't even want to go, but we there now. Walk around. They playing. They engaging with each other. They playing these games. They throwing darts at balloons because they ain't never been to the South Plains Fair before, and they elected me to show them around Lubbock and to show them around the South Plains Fair because I guess I was the coolest person they knew at the time. Whatever. Ask them when you see them. Anyway, so we was at the South Plains Fair. We get the food. I tell him, hey, you need to go get you some turkey legs. You finna be eating one turkey leg for 3 whole days, 3 prosperous days. That boy looked like a dinosaur foot. That boy big, all right? That's what you need to do. When you go to the South Plains Fair, get you a turkey leg. You will not regret it. That boy is barbecued to perfection, pink in the middle, but it's good. It's good. It's not bloody. Anyway, back to the story. So walk around, they play games. And I'm not really, I'm there, but my mind ain't there. They're like, what's wrong with you? I'm like, look, I'd rather be by myself. I want to just go kick it alone. I'm going to walk around here. Y'all cramping my style. I want to go talk to females, and, I can't do that with a female around me. They're like, all right, cool. We don't want to cramp your style. That's what Crystal say. So I'm walking around by myself. I say, let's meet up at like 10:30 or 11. Let's meet up at 11. When the place closed, let's meet up right here where we played this game at. They said, all right, cool. So make sure your phone charged. That's what I told them all. So I pull out my little silver Nokia phone that my mama gave me to use for that night, because I had to share it with my sisters too. So every time somebody went out, you had to take that phone with you so my mom would be able to reach me. She didn't call me that night. Whatever. So I'm walking around by myself. I do like maybe a lap, maybe 2 laps around the whole fair. And it was a big fair, so you walking for a while. Get a tap on my shoulder. I look over, who is it? Man, it's this girl from back at my first job, my very first work crush. I don't remember her name right now, so let's just call her Lola. Lola was a girl I had a crush on back at my first job. My first ever job when I was 15, which was a year back. The reason that we fell off, we exchanged numbers and we talked for a while, We were in the process of dating, but then her phone got cut off, got disconnected, and for so long that we just lost contact. And I guess she forgot my number, but that was that. Here we are a year later, and she tapping me on my shoulder. Now she walking with me at the fair like, how have you been? We catching up, all that good stuff, right? So we walking for a while. And she say, all right, well, get my new number. I was like, you ain't gonna get it disconnected again, are you? She's like, nah, I got that figured out now. Don't worry about that. That's one thing that people love to say in Lubbock, Texas. Don't worry about it. Everything. You got shot in the chest. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna live. Anyway, so here we are at the South Plains Fair. We walk around. Now she done got comfortable and she done walked. She got like her arm around me. She interlocking fingers. We intertwining. We look like a whole couple out this thing. We look like a legit couple. Like, I'm just trying to be by myself at this point, But like, it's cool that we met. We gonna catch up, all that good stuff. But I want to walk by myself, That's it. So I let her go. I'm like, hey, look, I gotta catch up with my friends. I don't know where they at. I gotta link up with them. It's almost time to go or something like that. She's like, all right, cool. Get my number. So I pulled my phone out. She put her phone number in my phone. So she's like, I'm gonna hit you. I'm gonna call you. I was like, no, you not. Whatever. You ain't gonna call. She's like, yes, I am. You stupid. So I walk off. Brand new number in my phone. Well, her new number in my phone. And when I walk off, the ringtone went off, the little Nokia. Ding, 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 ding. I answer it. Guess who it is? It's Lola. I turn around like she ain't even gone. Like, she behind me like maybe 30, 40 feet. She's like, I told you I was going to call you. I told you I was going to call you. I was like, that's not what I meant. You so crazy. So she's like, all right, have a good night. Be safe. So I walk around, hang up, walk around another lap around the fair. Bump into her again. She's like, we might as well walk together. I guess we done already ran into each other twice. Let's just spend some time. I'm like, whatever. I guess I'm not gonna meet no new girls this night anyway. Everybody seems too young to approach anyway. Whatever. I'm cool with it. And she was a good lady anyway. She was a good person. So I'm like, I'm cool vibing with her. So now she's back to locking arms with me. Now we back to looking like a whole couple again, looking like a legit couple. Walking around. We get to this little place where it's like the most light and the most people around the whole fair. And she's to my left. And all you heard was this. Raka, raka, raka. My head went down like this. Poof. I'm like, oh, I feel like I just got hit. I feel like I just got hit. What just happened? I'm dazed. I'm disoriented. You see everybody around the fair just pointing at me like, oh, you just got stole off on. Things going chopped and screwed in my head. Everything is slow motion. Yeah, that nigga just got hit. Ah! You see that? Everybody looking at me in a circle. It looked like a World Star fight compilation, fight circle around me. I'm like, what? I don't got no enemies. At this time, I don't got no enemies in Lubbock. Like, I stayed to myself my whole life. I ain't never really had enemies like that. Who swung on me? Look around, look around, look around, look around. Man, Will, light skin. He in the middle of the street, laughing. His face red, holding his stomach, holding his ribs, laughing. I'm like, you snuck me, Will? Keep looking around like, no. Man, you see Crystal disappear into the crowd like this, but she got something in her hand. Big in her hand. I don't want to see what this is. What does she got in her hand? Go chase her down. She got a big inflatable bat in her hand. Crystal snuck me. The worst part about it is I know that Will watched her do it, watched her cock back all the way from yesterday. Hit me in the back of the head. And not just that, but it hit me while I'm walking with a female on me. Interlocked arms, interlocked hands. We look like a for real couple in this thing. Hit me while I'm with this female in public at the South Plains Fair for everybody to see. What I do, I walk in front of her. I'm like, why you do that? I already forgot about Lola because I'm so pissed off. Like, I need to figure out why I just got swung on. I ain't never did nothing to Crystal. Why would you even do something like this? I done already made it up in my mind. I ain't never gonna see Lola again. I ain't never gonna be able to talk to her again because I know how this looks. It looked like I got caught cheating with somebody else and I got exposed and I got hit in front of somebody else. Even though that wasn't the case, Crystal made it seem that way. And I know like it's probably a lot of thoughts going through Lola's head like, oh, you trifling son of a gun. Like, I done already gave up. Like, I ain't even gonna try to explain it. Plus, I'm pissed off and I'm heated. I'm hot. I want to know why you hit me. I get in front of Crystal. I stiff arm her like this. I put my hand in front of her chest like this. I'm like, why you do that? Why you do that? Like, I'm walking in front of her. I got my arm extended and she walked into my hand like, why you do that? Why you do that? Why you hit me? What'd I do? Because she didn't want to stop. She was like, because. She laughing like it's funny. It ain't funny to hit me in public. I ain't the one you could just hit in public and walk off like that. Why you do that? It's not funny. It's not funny. It's not funny. Even my daughter play too much. Don't nobody feel sorry for me. It's not funny. No, it's not. No cookies. Anyway, so I said, why you do that? And she finally puts her head down and she's like, because, Teray. And I'm like, I don't got time to deal with this. I walk off. I walk to Will. I'm like, hey, give me your car keys. I'm finna go home. He's like, you finna burn off on us like that? No, I'm finna sit in the car and I'm gonna wait on y'all. But I don't wanna be here no more. Like, you know, they embarrass me. Like, yeah, that ain't cool. Why y'all do that to me? He give me the key. I sit in the car. I walk for a long time by myself. I still don't even acknowledge Lola no more. Like, I already know she ain't gonna ever want to speak to me again. Whatever. I was sad about it. Like, man, ooh, I will never know what my future with Lola would have been like because what happened. I'm like, no. All right, cool. Get in the car, just sit there for what felt like what might have been another hour. They get in the car and they both laughing at me still. And I'm just like, man, take me home. Pull up in front of my house. I walk down the sidewalk. I get to my porch. Will turn the car off and run to me. And he's laughing. I guess his face is still red. He finally calmed down and then he said, he's like, look, Teray, I told you, didn't I? I told you. And when he said, I told you, I just looked at him and I walked in the car and I got in my room and I put it all together. And I was like, man, when she said, because Teray, And then I put it all together like, why would somebody just prank me like that? What did I ever do to Crystal? She ain't never pranked me before. Why would you start now in public in front of everybody and while I'm walking with a female on my arm? Why would you do that? And when Will said, I told you so, I'm sitting in my room and it echoed, I told you so. 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 It was like this. It was like,
Papa.
I told you so. I was like, what?
Papa.
And then there go Will's face again. I told you so.
Papa.
So then I put it all together. I'm like, man, she hit me because she was jealous that I was with another female. I done gave this woman all my time, all this time at the basketball court, all this affection, straight up told her how I felt about her. She shot me down. I see you like a brother. I'm not feeling you like that. But see me with a good looking female, a real good looking female who probably looked better than her. I don't know. Or at least she had a better looking body than her. But she was also a very pretty girl. Very gorgeous girl. I'm not even, matter of fact, no, I'm going to take that back. I'm not going to say who was pretty or whatever. They were both, thank you. They were both gorgeous women, but I guess it hurt Crystal to see me with another pretty girl. And I looked at it like Will was right. I looked at it like Will was right. Once you ignore her, that's when you got her attention. I look back on that time and I'm just like, I didn't laugh at that story for so many years, but I guess now I can kind of see it. Now I can kind of see it as like it was kind of stop. No. Now I can see it like, man, I can see the humor in it now. It's kind of funny. I can go back and laugh like, man, I got snuck for no reason. Whatever. It is what it is. All right. Now this was kind of a long story, but I hope you enjoyed it. Here we go. Story number 1. I'm going to give y'all more stories in the future. Get at me. All right. Let's get this comment section popping off. How you feel about this story? Let me know. Peace. Peace, love, and turkey legs.